Hi, I'm Katrina Madewell, host of Tampa Home Talk. I'm going to give you market-appropriate, timely information regarding homeownership matters because we want to make your everyday life better. Wherever you are in life, it's our mission to bring you good advice so you can maintain good credit, live within your means, and build wealth. My team and I are passionate about it. Love where you live, or I'll fix it. Tampa Home Talk on WTAN every Thursday and Saturday at 5 p.m.
Imus in the morning.
I mean, you got to make up your mind, man. It's like on one hand you tell me you want me to be part of the video thing, and the other hand you tell me, why don't you come out here? It's
Well, don't do the videos when the show's on.
Well, she's doing the video then. Well, she's not doing the video when the show. She's doing the video when the show's on. You say be part of the video, and that's why I'm there. It's like you always say to us, well, why don't you get on me more? Why don't you get on me more? You can never go wrong making fun of me. Never go wrong making fun of me. Then the next thing I know, I'm getting a nasty email from you because I said something nasty about you in the blog. It's like, make up your damn mind, man. You know what I'm saying? Make up your damn mind. You say one thing, and then you do another. You do another, and then you say another thing. And meanwhile, I'm sitting there and my head is spinning because I don't know what the hell you want. And you know why you don't know what the hell you want? You don't know what the hell you want. And you know why you don't know what the hell you want? You are crazy. You are certifiably insane. I hate you. Make up your damn mind. Do the video. Don't do the video. Make fun of you in the blog. Don't make fun of you in the blog. Send me a memo. Let me know what the official thing is.
Catch Imus in the morning right here. Tampa Bay's Tan Talk. Entertaining and informative radio for the Sunshine State.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Gil Pinney with Focal Point with Gil. Please use our call-in numbers. We have 727-441-3000 and 866-826-1340. The next thing we got going is this is a big week this week. We have the Firestone Grand Prix coming to the St. Petersburg area. There'll be practice rounds on Friday and Saturday with all the really good races on Sunday. It's great fun. My experience there is it's amazing how great those race car drivers are.
Have you been down there?
Yes, I have. The first races in the morning, I've gone on Sundays. The first races in the morning, they're with lower skilled drivers. And
Sure.
then as the day goes on, the drivers get better and better and better. And by the time you get to the IndyCar drivers, it is just absolutely amazing how much more fast and how tight they stay in their groove on that track. It is just, if it's an experience to have, it really is.
It's going to start getting loud down there in about
it's
a
loud.
day.
It's loud.
I lived 3 blocks away from the track up until a couple months ago for 2 years, and it's not just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you live there, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They're out there warming up, and it's loud, and it's a great time. I've gone a few times. It's really a lot of fun.
Well, it should be great for the downtown St. Pete business owners as well. So let's hope they have record crowds and they do record business. The other event this week to talk about is St. Jude's Children's Hospital is having an event this weekend to raise funds for that operation. It's called Around the World and a Taste of the Future. And it's held Saturday from 7 to 11 at the downtown Tampa Hilton. So anyone out there that would like to support the St. Jude's Children's Hospital, please join us because we'll be there and have a great time. If you'd like to get any information either on me or request an ebook or just get some of the information that I've got available, my website is www.gilpinney, that's GILPINNEY.com, and you can send me an email at gpinney@yahoo.com. Real easy to send stuff. This week we'll start with a quote from a guy named Thomas Edison. It's kind of a fun one. What he said was, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and it looks a lot like work." So it's kind of appropriate as we enter into an economy that's getting better. Business owners are having a more difficult time finding people, and they've got to look at that opportunity and figure out how to work through it. Today we'll discuss 2 specific ways to get more results in less time, and hopefully you can feel some energy from our discussions today. That first strategy will involve looking at insurance in a different light, because it's definitely a way that I have not looked at it in the past. And so, again, hopefully it'll be enlightening, and we'll have a great presenter putting that on for us. The second will be another time management tip to free you up to think more about growing your business. And each of these tips will be able to work in your business, regardless of what business it is. As you know, I'm a business coach, and I'm a Focal Point business coach. And what does that mean? That means I'm certified to a specific set of high standards. I have to have 150 hours of training every year. With this, I have a good perspective, and the experience of Focal Point coaches is we all come from different disciplines, and we're located around the world, and we have clients in every industry. So that means we can give you experience and perspective that you may or may not have, but at least it'll be a different experience base. We also have a huge toolbox. That toolbox includes industry assessments. Say you're in the legal profession, you want to know how you rank according to other people in the legal profession in the area. We have industry assessments that we can do that would tell you how much you should spend on, or what percentage you should spend on marketing and advertising as compared to your total billing. We also do personnel assessments to make sure you have the right people in the right slots within your company. Or if you're looking to hire someone, to make sure that person is a good fit for your company. And one of the most important things that a business coach does is provides accountability. We work together to develop a plan, and then the business coach holds us to that plan. By doing that, we get the results that we need to achieve much faster than what we could if we try to do it on our own. This process is designed to always meet your needs and generate a positive ROI. Further, having a business coach really fits into everybody's budget. People think that, I'm going to pay you hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. That's not the case. We can work out and receive, your first session is free, which is great. It's a 30-minute phone session followed by a 1 hour one-on-one session. Both of those are free. We work together to decide, A, if we're a match together, and B, what the long-range plan would need to be to make your business grow at the rate that you want it to grow at. So there's really no risk on how you will feel and perform better in your business. So if you would like to think about that, please send me an email at gpinney@yahoo.com or go to my website and sign up there at www.gilpinney.com. With that, we'll kind of move on. We have our insurance expert on the line already, and his name is Joe Palazzola, and he's with the Alliance Insurance Group of Florida. If you'd like to contact him, his number is 727-688-2096, or if you'd like to email him, his name is Joe, J.Palazzola @verizon.net. So with that, let's start talking with Joe. Good afternoon, Joe. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Gil. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. We're just down here in downtown Clearwater having a great time, and we're going to learn some really new stuff about insurance that until I spoke with you a couple of weeks ago, I really didn't know. But what's your passion, and where are you in this business?
Well, my passion is helping individuals, business owners, their families with financial security. For example, if everybody has life insurance, or they know about the old life insurance, you have to die in order to receive a benefit, and you don't receive the benefit, your beneficiaries do. What happens if you get sick and you don't die? Now, for example, what we have is living benefits. Now, living benefits is if you're diagnosed with a critical, chronic, or terminal illness and you don't pass. You're still alive. What's going to happen to your family or the business or your employees? Now, the owner or the beneficiary can accelerate the benefits up to 90% of the policy face amount, depending on the severity of a diagnosis, while they're still living.
Wow, that's amazing. How is this relatively new? When did this come to pass?
This actually came out about 5 to 7 years ago, and there weren't too many companies that actually took it into heart, but the ones that did are still running strong with it. And most of the time, it's the reason that in order to offer something like this, you have to have a good background. You have to have good money. You have to have backing in order to pay. Because if someone buys a policy or gets a policy, and 4 months down the road, they're only paying 4 months, and they've got $1 million policy, and 4 months down the road, they get diagnosed with a terminal illness, the insurance company has to pay on that. So the companies that do offer this are the companies that can back it.
Oh, very good. Are you one of the few in the area that provides this particular insurance policy?
Well, I'm one. Now, there are a number of different companies that offer what they say are living benefits, but what everybody needs to look at is the percentage-wise. Some companies or carriers offer 15%, 20%. Very few offer up to 90% of the face value while you're still alive, depending on the severity.
Sounds like a great deal to me. We'll talk about that some more later. But that is a great system, particularly if you get in a car accident or something like that could put you out for a long time. This would be a benefit if it becomes a terminal situation from that accident.
It doesn't necessarily have to become a terminal situation. It could also become a critical or a chronic.
Oh, okay.
So in a result of the car accident, and as we live in Florida, there are many car accidents.
Yes.
You can actually, it goes to all three of those, the critical, chronic, and terminal. If you have a heart attack while you had the car accident, you can accelerate your benefits as a result of the car accident.
It sounds like a really good thing to have.
Yeah.
So what other types of products do you provide?
Well, I provide annuities, and I provide all different types of annuities, fixed, variable, indexed, and so on with the annuities. If anybody's interested in annuities, they know what annuities are all about, and we offer a percentage rate from anywhere between a guaranteed rate of 1%, and it goes up to 5% depending on the product. Also offer permanent, which is I offer an indexed product, which goes off the S&P, and there's also a regular UL and a whole life, which can be considered either a final expense or a whole life policy, all of which are cash growth policies. And I also have a term insurance policy. Now, that would be for individuals and for business owners. And on the business side, I provide business continuation, key employee, executive bonuses, and the funding of buy-sell agreements, which I would really like to touch base with you on when you're ready.
Okay, we'll do that just shortly. But what size business are you looking at? Who's your specific type of target? Is it restaurants? Is it small manufacturing companies, retail operations? Who's a good fit for you?
Actually, any company is a good fit for me. It doesn't really matter what type of company or how many employees you have. It could be anywhere from a sole proprietor who is doing business like a realtor, say, and they're providing the financial security for their family, on up to 500 employees for a major corporation.
Yeah, sounds like good stuff. Moving on, if I'm a local business owner and I'm looking at some type of insurance policy outside of liability and things that I must have, what type of insurance policy would you recommend that every business owner have?
A business continuation policy. And the reason being for that is that it allows the business and the owner's family to sustain financial stability if the owner gets sick or doesn't pass, and also in the event of passing. So in other words, your family, you have a business owner, and they have a heart attack. They're laid up for 6 months, 3 to 6 months, say whatever. Who's going to take care of the family, and who's going to take care of the business? The insurance policy will, because you can accelerate your benefits while you're still living, which is phenomenal.
Well, that's a great tie-in policy for a business coach, because one of the things business coaches try to work with their client companies is to have a continuation plan or a succession plan strategy with the business owner, so that if something unforeseen happens, they have things both written down and people trained in order that if the worst happens and they're out of the business for 4 to 6 months, the business continues to run. On your side, you're providing the funding to make sure that works out well. And on my side, I'm working to make sure that the people are ready to take on that responsibility to not only continue with the business, but hopefully grow the business as well.
Correct. And also replace, if they don't have someone already in mind, they can, if they have to hire someone to replace themselves, they have the funds to do that. Plus, the family of the business owner has the funds to sustain their normal everyday living, their monthly bills and, car, home, and so on. So it goes with the business owner, but it also takes care of the business owner's family, the schooling for the children. Money is there. If they need to hire employees, salary is taken care of every week or biweekly, however they get paid. Vendors are getting paid. Marketing is getting done. So the employees at this point, normally what will happen is if something does happen to a business owner, the employees get nervous and they're looking for the next company.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And now that's not a way to retain your employees because they're running, because they're like, the owner's not here, had a heart attack. What am I going to do? Oh, I got to go get another job. No, you don't. Yeah. This ensures the owner and the employees, the business as a whole, sustainability, financial. It's just awesome. To me, it's the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah, I agree. Being able to project that security to your employees is absolutely critical for the ongoing operation of the business.
Correct. And today, especially in the economic situation that we're having today, yes. A business owner cannot afford to lose employees.
That is correct. So speaking of employees, I said earlier to the audience that the unemployment rate in our county is continuing to decline, which means it's harder and harder to find qualified people, which means other companies, if you've got great employees, are probably going to try poaching those employees.
Correct.
Do you have any tools that help the business owner keep their managers and or their hourly people, give them a leg up that doesn't cost them an arm along with that leg up?
Yes, I do. With these policies, we have a key employee insurance or an executive bonus insurance policy. Both are similar. there's really not too much difference. It just depends on how you write it up. But you have a key employee who great salesperson, bringing in 90% of my sales. Now, of course, somebody's going to want to poach that person because they want to bring them to their business. You can give that person an executive bonus, or you can make that person a key person insurance policy. Either one, they're similar. Just for little slight differences. There's no big deal either way. It is tax deductible. The premiums are tax deductible to the business owner. The key employee or the executive bonus to the key employee. Now, another thing I'd like to explain is the key employee can be, if there's a sole proprietor, the key employee can be that person, which is the sole proprietor of the business. So you can make the beneficiary, in other words, for the actual key person or executive bonus, say. You say, okay, sign an agreement that you are going to be working with me for 5 years or 10 years. You will not go anywhere. I will give you an executive bonus. Now, it's up to the owner, the business owner, to say, well, I'd like to deposit $5,000 into this account as an executive bonus. Now, the actual executive bonus is the monthly premium. So if he's carrying it for 10 years and he's paying $100 a month, it's $1,200. You can do the math, right?
120 grand, yeah.
Correct. That's a key, and that's an executive bonus. Now, within that policy, there's cash growth. Okay, so in 10 years, that employee is going to have way more than that $120,000 because it's an indexed product, which means that it's going to grow at a faster rate, especially if the owner puts in $2,500, $5,000, whatever, right up from the front. It's going to grow enormously. Okay. Now, if the employee decides to leave the company, or, God forbid, something happens to the employee, the owner can accelerate the benefits, which is the company. Now, on the beneficiary side, there can be two beneficiaries, a primary and a contingent. And the contingent could be the wife or the spouse, whether it be male or female. It could be the spouse, and they could get 50%, and the company could get 50%, or whatever percentage that the company rules. Now, with that, the employee is going to be back to work in 6 months, but the employer has to hire, market, train, learning curve. You're losing, sales. So at that point, you're going to accelerate those benefits. The spouse of the employee, your key employee, is going to get paid. The company is going to get paid. The company is going to have the funds to, and it all depends on the face amount of how much you want to do, and it all is in regard to the employee and how much they help in bringing in revenue. And that's how it all calculates. So in all, everybody wins.
Okay. Let's just talk, again, ranges on cost for this type of program, because it sounds like a wonderful program, but is it affordable for the standard business owner? What range would he be looking at and say his key employee is making $50,000 a year?
$50,000, you would get a $100,000 policy. The range that you can go on, depending, you see, it's hard to do a specific range. You can't hold me, because it all depends on their health, their age, whether they're smokers or whether they're not. But you can get an average range if you're going to get an index product. Probably, I really don't like giving out ranges, but you can probably give anywhere between $75 and $150 a month. which is not now, I mean, that's an index product. That's a cash growth product. Now you can also get a term product with a return premium, which means that it could be a 10-year term. And at the end of the term, the employee can, if they're still with the company now, the living benefits also are with term products, not only with permanent products, which is unheard of. Everybody thinks, oh, I'm going to get a term product, and after I pay my 10 years, that's it, it's done. No, if, God forbid, you get sick within those 10 years, you can accelerate your benefits. Now, with the business owner, the same thing. If they want to save on cost, what they would do is go for a term policy. The living benefits are still there. So if anything does happen or the employee decides to leave, the agreement is null and void, and the owner can now just turn in the policy and get the funds from that policy. It's a return of premium. All the premium that the owner put in, they receive back.
That sounds like a great plan for both sides, because the worst case for the owner is he gets his money back. And
Correct.
The positive side is he keeps an employee that may or not be being wooed by somebody else, but they become much more loyal to the company because the business owner is going to give him a big bonus at the end of a specific time period. And like you said, it's a great win-win for both sides.
It's a great win-win. And, you know, to woo other people, like if somebody wants to poach somebody from another company, an index product would be the best, because I can actually show an illustration in 5 years, in 10 years, in 8 years, in 12 years, how much money is going to be in that account. So now, you know, as a business owner, you can look at an employee and say, okay, I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to give you an executive bonus. And they're like, okay, what's that? Then you explain to them, and I'm there, and I show them the illustration that in 5 years you're going to have this much money. In 10 years you're going to have this much money. So if I was to give you a $5,000 bonus today, would you take it and run? Or would you settle for, in 5 years, $45,000?
Yep.
You know, so it's all about numbers. And if the other person or the other company that is trying to poach another employee, there's no way that they can come up with that, because that person is going to say, no, in 5 years I'm going to be doing this. Unless you're paying me $10,000 extra a year or $20,000 extra a year plus a higher commission, I'm not going anywhere.
Yep. That's, you know, the two things we're talking about, like on the business continuity plan, you're going to tell your employee that, A, they are a key employee, and how they're going to fit in should something disastrous happen to you, the business owner. And then part B of that, you're going to say, well, you know, I believe so much in this that I'm going to invest a certain amount of money so that you have a very good bonus at the end of 5 years, say.
Correct.
It really
5
does
or 10 years. Right.
Demonstrate the loyalty, which is one of the things I teach in my coaching practice.
Correct.
Have the loyalty to the people that are doing the work on the floor, and then also, you know, demonstrate that loyalty and financial compensation. And, you know, it should make the life easier for the whole business and the business owner.
And not only the business owner and the employee, but their family, the employee's family.
Yes, because they have more security.
Correct. Because now you're looking at, okay, you know, my husband or wife can't work. Where's the money? Now everybody says they have an insurance policy at work. Yes, everybody does. They give you the term policy, but you have to die to get it. And then, even then, it's rough to get it. So a term policy at work, that's great. You can stack insurance, which a lot of people don't know. They think that you can only have one policy. No, you can stack insurance. You can have 5 policies depending on your net worth, what you bring in on a yearly basis, annually. You can stack policies as long as you don't exceed what your net worth is.
So, great. great information.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of things that, well, go ahead. You're next.
No, that's fine. We'll move off of that point. We'll talk about what you do for your clients and business owners. Do you generally save them money, and what added benefits do they receive when you work with them? You give them that, remove some fear from their life. I know that for certain, and a lot of insecurity. So, but what else is there that you bring to them?
Well, for business owners, I save them, the financial loss of revenue regarding the cost of having to train, market, for any new employee, the learning curve, and so on. Any employer, any business owner knows that when you have to bring on another, and as a business coach, what it costs to bring on, which a lot of business owners don't really realize. They're looking at, I could just market on, one of the job sites and I could get somebody and come in. Yeah, what about your revenue that you're losing in sales or wherever they are in the company? Yeah, the training, the marketing, it really comes down to a cost. That's something that you show in business coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, so we save them with that. The financial loss of revenue regarding the cost of having to train, market, for a new employee, the learning curve, the sales revenue. And for individuals, I save families, their way of life, cars, home, children's schooling, and financial stability.
Okay. Well, one final, easy, simple 10-minute question. No.
10-minute question, that's all?
What one thing would you like business owners in our area to know about your product line? And, again, then we'll give them the information on how to contact you.
Okay. The one biggest thing, the greatest things in sliced bread, living benefits. What happens to your business if you or your key employee gets diagnosed with a critical, chronic, or terminal illness and you don't pass? What happens to your business? What happens to your family and the employee's family? That's the last thought I'd like to leave on every business and employee's mind and individual's mind.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, that was great. I really, really appreciate your time. It was wonderful information. I'm sure there's lots of people that want to contact you. Again, his name is Joe Palazzola. You can reach him at 727-688-2096, or you can send him an email at j.palazzola@verizon.net. Did I get all that right, Joe?
Yes, you did.
Thank
you very much, Gil.
Okay, we're going to take a break now for a second, and we'll be back. And thanks again, Joe. That was great. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate it very much, Gil, and I appreciate helping people and helping you. And it was a pleasure being on, and I hope to see you in the future.
Okay, thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
The secret side of me, I never let you see. I keep it caged, but I can't control it. So stay away from me, the beast is ugly. I feel the rage and I just can't hold it. It's scratching on the walls, in the closet, in the halls. It comes awake and I can't control it. Hiding under the bed, in my body, in my head. Why won't somebody come and save me from this? Make it end.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Arg, matey. When it's time for lunch, when it's time for dinner, when the show's over, when the day's over, when it's time to chill, where do we go? Over to Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub. It's literally in our backyard, right in back of the WTAN studios at 700 Eldridge Street, just north of downtown Clearwater. Just look for the broadcast tower. Nancy's food and atmosphere get rave reviews. The laid-back patio is a great place to hang out, dine, and listen to live music at night. And Nancy's one of the friendliest proprietors in town. And now, Nancy is serving serving Sunday Jazz Brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Brunch served with eggs Benedict, crepes, waffles, lox and bagels, shrimp, oysters, and a build-your-own omelet. That's all at Naughty Nancy's Food Shack and Crow's Nest Pub, 700 Eldridge Street in Clearwater. That's right where Eldridge crosses the Pinellas Trail between Myrtle and Fort Harrison. Call 446-3717. 446-3717. You're listening to the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hi, this is Paul Malloy, host of Freedom Works, the Paul Malloy Show, heard every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, here on the Tan Talk Radio Network. Please join us and our guests as we focus a libertarian spotlight on what's happening in our politics and culture. If you thought our Constitution and the Declaration of Independence really did stand for individual freedom, then you'll be coming to the right place. Again, that's Freedom Works, the Paul Malloy Show, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
My name's Joni Siegel, and I'm the producer of the L. Ron Hubbard East Coast Golden Age Theater, WTAN Radio's presentation of Tales from the Golden Age, tales in every popular genre. Let us return you to a time when fiction was good, clean entertainment and the most fun a kid could have on a rainy afternoon, or the best thing an adult could enjoy after a long day at work.
East Coast Golden Age Theater, Monday evening at 6 on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hubble Funeral Home and Crematory, close to you when you need the most. Hubble Funeral Home and Crematory is conveniently located off West Bay Drive in Bel Air and is accessible to individuals with any physical challenges. Hubble Funeral Home and Crematory has taken great care to provide surroundings of peace and comfort and is proud to offer formal chapel seating for 80 to 120 guests, a separate repose room with living room furnishings for a relaxed, more intimate service, a private clergy room, 2 comfortable arrangement rooms, a state-of-the-art music system, and ample parking. Hubble Funeral Home and Crematory invites you to stop by and tour their facility at any time at 499 North Indian Rocks Road in Bel Air Bluffs. And please feel free to call anytime. 727-584-7671. Hubble Funeral Home and Crematory. Simply compassionate. Find them online at hubblefuneralhome.com.
From the Sunshine State, this is Tampa Bay's Tan Talk.
Welcome back. This is Gil Pinney on the Focal Point with Gil show. That we just received some great information from Joe Palazzola regarding business continuity insurance policies that can protect you and your business for all the right reasons. You protect your business from if you get injured and you don't have to die to collect, which is one of the things I really, really like about those policies is not having to die to collect.
Sounds fair enough.
Sounds like a great deal to me. And then help keep and retain your, through executive bonuses, your key employees. So if you'd like to contact Joe, his number is 727-688-2096. Just call him and ask him about that you heard it on the program and you'd like to find out more about how you can protect yourself and your business and your family. With that, we'll move on to our standard weekly segment on time management. This week, we'll talk about something that everybody deals with, and that is procrastination.
Can we talk about it later?
Excellent move. Excellent move. Procrastination is said to be the thief of time, and it happens in your personal life and also in your sales life. We've spoken in previous occasions about eat the frog, and again, this is a process that's really important when it comes to procrastination. Everybody likes to put off the hard stuff until either the end of the day or end of the week, and then when it comes that time, it's like, it'll last just as well till next week.
If it wasn't for the last minute, nothing would get done.
That's in some cases that's true, particularly anytime you try to negotiate a contract.
Yeah.
If there's a deadline on the contract, I've had several union contracts that you don't get it done until an hour before the drop dead date.
It's funny, when we were growing up, we were always told to try to do things ahead of the deadline. It's always better if you can do it just because it's due on Friday. doesn't mean you have to wait till Thursday to finish it. But in reality, if you look at the real world, which is what we were always told, the real world this, the real world that, if you look at how things operate in the real world, that's standard operating procedure.
That's true.
That's the way it is. I mean, you look at, let's say you're buying a house. You know, things don't happen well in advance. It doesn't, if you're told that your move-in date is going to be this day, guess what? Those people are moving out and you're moving in that day and like hours before.
Well, what you're describing is more of an American phenomena than it is a human phenomena. Americans do like to push things to a crisis point to get things done that they want to have accomplished. In my time in Europe, it's clearly not the same way in Germany or France. They tend to get things done a little more ahead of time than what we do, unless the U.S. is involved with one of those countries, and then we push them to the brink. But they tend to get things done more in a more timely fashion. But back to why do people procrastinate? And a lot of it in business is they're afraid of making the wrong decision. And so instead of making any decision, they put it off, and they're really making a decision not to make a decision. So one thing I work with my clients on is to eliminate that fear. And the way you eliminate that fear is to realize that, when you make a decision, you're making it based on the best information you have at the time. And you're the business owner, you know your business best, and you'll make the right decision for your business and have the confidence that you will make it. And by eliminating that fear, you have the right data that you decide is the minimum amount to make that decision, you'll make that decision, and it will 99% of the time be the right one. So you can take fear off the table if you'd like. Now on the sales side, and I've been here more often than I care to be, you get the customer that comes back with the, let me think about it. And that's a procrastination on the customer side. And what he's saying is, I really don't want to make a decision right now. So that's basically a scenario for you to dig deeper with that customer as to what the real objection or questions he has about the deal or offer that you're proposing to him. Is it really price? Is it because he's got another relationship with another vendor? Is it the quality of your product or service? What is that real issue for that customer? And an easy way to, not easy, but a good way to get around that is ask the customer, what is it that you think will help you make the decision now? And if he says, well, I just need to think about it more, you got to ask it again, because you need that answer to see exactly what the objection point is. Otherwise, you're wasting your time and he's wasting his time. So that's the tip today on procrastination. And you really got to help your customer avoid procrastination. You don't have to be pushy in a sales process, but just have them not be fearful of a bad decision. Say, when you find out what the objections are, deal with them and help them make that decision. Agreed?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right. We're going to go to some fun stuff now. The fun stuff is the top 10 business directories in order to grow your web traffic. In my recent newsletter, we published what SEOs say are the top 10 sites to be on for your business to get higher recognition in the search engines. And we're not talking about sex appeal, but we're talking about getting your name seen by more and more potential customers. So the number 10 SEO searched site for businesses, and this is businesses only, is Super Pages, which I believe is a Verizon product. Number 9 is one that I personally am unfamiliar with, but it's called Merchant Circle. Number 8. It's called Manta.com. And that, if you've ever looked for any businesses in your local area, it will always come up on your Google, usually at the bottom of the first page. Another is Foursquare. Being on that is something I must have to do. Same with number 6 on the list, which is City Search. And City Search is another I have not played with. Number 5 on the list is YP, formerly Yellow Pages. Lots of people, Yellow Pages is doing major promotions now, but when you're doing the search in Google, you'll generally find, particularly for companies that don't have great websites, their name will come up on that, so you can click and see what their address and phone number is. Number 4 is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is still a top place for everybody to go to find their business and promote their business. Number 3 is Yelp. People recognize that mostly for restaurants, but in general, business gets a little bit like Angie's List, gets comments on there, positive and negative. Number 2, Yahoo Local Works. And this, again, I am not really all that familiar with, but since it's number 2 on the list, I tell you what, I'm going to start learning it very quickly. And number 1, who would have guessed it, but it's Google for Business. So who would have thought that Google would be searching first through Google to list your business on a search engine site? Okay, so another tidbit.
Do you follow the Google, you know how every day they change their top
Today
thing?
it's Madame Curie.
Do you know why they do that? Do you know what? Obviously, there's some strategic reason. I mean, it's a huge thing. I don't understand why. I don't know what the thought process was behind it. I mean, it seems like it was just kind of some fun, clever thing to do, but now it's like a phenomenon. I mean, people have alerts set so that they know to go every day and check and see what it is.
That's called a great marketing program.
But what I mean, is there anything special? Half the time, let me see if this has happened to you as well. I've gone onto Google several times, and it's supposed to spell out Google.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone on there a bunch of times. It doesn't spell out Google. It doesn't even come close. A lot of times, you know, it's close. It's like a tree branch that's kind of curled over with another tree branch, and there's your G, and then there's like a bird kind of, or an owl head, that's the O. But a lot of times it's just not even close.
Well, I hate to say this, but I remember early on with Google, and I won't say experimented, but one day they tried something different. I can't remember who they were celebrating or what the event was, but there was so much commentary in the social media about Google and what they did that one day that led them to do it on a daily basis now. It's rare you find a day that Google does not have some type of not necessarily promotional, but some type of celebratory way of spelling Google.
Now I have a question.
Like Google. Yes.
I guess I don't know. Oh no, it's not Madame Curie. It's Emmy Noether.
Oh,
is that? Oh, I don't know.
They snuck that one by me because I just assumed it was Madame Curie for all the stuff that they had on it today.
Well, I'm on it now, and if you scroll over, it pops up the little blurb, and it says Emmy Noether. Today would have been her 133rd birthday.
Oh, okay.
So
it's
I can only
celebrate. I can tell you.
Yeah, except she's not around to see it. She's not getting She's not getting the living benefits that we were talking about earlier.
But you know, Google's usership has gone up as a result of doing this on a daily basis, and you just said the same thing, that a lot of people go there just to see what's on there for today, and then they'll use that as their search engine. Or they'll use Google as their default search engine and their startup page.
Right.
So that they always see it when they, first thing they fire up their computer when they get to work, or first thing they fire up their
I do.
tablet when they get
My
to work.
computer at home.
It's automatic there. You see it, and you get that positive reinforcement because you're looking for what? Google.
Yeah.
You're subconsciously, you're being trained, think Google, and it's a great program. You can't think of many that are better, that hit you on a subliminal level than that type of thing.
What do you think they're going to have tomorrow?
I don't have a clue. 5? Tomorrow, what date? What is tomorrow? Tomorrow's the 24th?
Tomorrow is the 24th. Yeah, I can tell you, I know for sure what they're going to have on Monday, April 6th. I know that it will be baseball themed.
Oh, okay.
Because that's opening day.
Well, the fun one's always April 1st.
Oh, yeah. Do they do? I don't know. I guess I never even...
They do some goof-off stuff
They
on
do?
April 1st. Yes, they do.
I forgot that's coming up.
Yeah. Well,
we're going to have to do something.
It's always right after March 31st.
Oh, is it? April 1st is? Or I'll have to write that down.
It usually falls in that way.
It's right after March 31st? Should I write it down?
And it's every year. It does the same thing.
Can you remind me later?
I'll remind you. I'll send you an email.
All right. Perfect.
Text message.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. We're about ready to wind up. We got about 4 minutes left. We did not cover what a business coach does very much early on, and what the affordability is, and how to contact a business coach. The best way to contact a business coach, of course, is call me at 727-537-9680. That's a great way to contact me. And my website is www.gilpinney.com, or send me an email at gpinney@yahoo.com. You've been listening now for an hour almost, and I'd like to offer a free 30-minute phone session and a 1-hour one-on-one session. During that time period, what we'll do is discuss your business and only your business, and figure out where you are and where you would like to be, because any good business coach will tell you that that's what they want to do with you, is move you from point A to point B, where point B is significantly higher than where you are with point A. So to talk to me, it's no risk for you, and hopefully it'll be the best time you can spend over the next year. Also, I'd like to add, for the first 10 business owners that contact me at my website, and again, that's www.gilpinney.com, I'll include a complimentary DISC assessment, which assesses your behavior style, which is very important when it comes to communicating with your employees, to your spouse, to others in your business. This is a $300 value, and I'll give it to you for absolutely free just by contacting me at your website. We'll go through it, and it will give you some real benefits. Results are the key indicator for your business improvement. It's good to measure those. The other thing to measure is knowing the difference between a key results indicator and a key performance indicator. A key results indicator is where you're looking backwards. It's how much revenue did you make last month, how much profit you made last month. It's nice to look back and see that those are positive numbers, but the critical ones are key performance indicators, which tell you in a quick snapshot of your daily operation whether or not you're moving toward your goal for that particular month or that particular year. A key performance indicator, say, is generating business leads. If your business needs to generate 50 leads a month in order to stay even and grow, and it's already Tuesday and you've already only generated 10 leads, you know that you're behind. So in that case, you have immediate action that you have to take in order to achieve your 50 for the week. So that is a key performance indicator so that you're going to hit your sales. So again, what I like to do is tell you to contact me and we'll talk about these things and improve your business operations. Call Joe if you want to improve your security. Again, my number is 727-537-9680. My website is www.gilpinney.com, or email me at gpinney@yahoo.com. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you again next week.
WTAN, Clearwater, Tampa Bay. WDCF, Dade City, Tampa Bay. WZHR, Zephyr Hills, Tampa Bay. Listen.
Cruz is in. Rolling Stone stumped. Troops info disclosed. I'm Molly Page. A 5-month investigation does not back up an article claiming a gang rape took place at University of Virginia fraternity. Charlottesville Police Chief Tom Longo held a press conference today. Correspondent Rosa Flores.
The police chief saying that they have found no evidence that this alleged rape happened on the date that was published by Rolling Stone magazine at the frat house that was published by the Rolling Stone magazine. Now, they are not discounting that this particular incident didn't happen at another date, at another place.
And that is why the investigation continues. And group claiming to be part of ISIS hacking division has posted personal information on about 100 U.S. troops online. Justice correspondent Pamela Brown.
Some of the people on this list are involved in the U.S. air campaign in Syria against ISIS, so it's believed that perhaps they were cherry-picked to be on this list.
Senator Ted Cruz declared himself a presidential candidate today. I'm Molly Page. Spring breakers in Chicago are building snowmen. Correspondent Ryan Burrows has more.
Here in Chicago, the snow has been falling since Sunday night.